time for Around the Ozarks Rewind, brought to you by Kaleidoscope at the corner of Fremont and Sunshine. Here are your hosts, Woody and Janet.
Hey, what are you going to get for it? I forgot how to start this show.
What are you going to give for it?
Hey, everybody, it's me, Woody P. Snow, and Janet Lane is here.
Good afternoon. Good morning.
And I had something I was going to say. Something I think is terribly important to remind you is a wet bird. A wet bird never flies at night. Just keep that in mind.
A wet.
And we are privileged to have. Look, I'm not privileged with this microphone.
Your microphone
is going flaccid on me, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
Yikes.
I could fix
Jay
that.
Stevens is here, rock star Jay
here.
Stevens. And ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Ray Cardwell.
Yay!
Yes!
A celebrity
Yes.
guest.
Yes, Ray.
Where's the bell? Celebrity
Where is it?
Janet already put the bell in her shirt.
I always put it in my shirt. Jay.
So I get to ring it.
You can ring
They'll
my
forever be
bell.
scarred in my mind.
We are. We're gonna.
Ray, I know
Ray's
that
not gonna be okay.
you are
after
in the
this.
music business.
I
And
am.
so you're probably sick about talking about that, so we thought we'd spend the time on religion and politics.
Whoa, my
yeah, the two things I
God.
never post about.
Man, I'm telling you what, don't. Last time I posted something.
Okay, well, first things first. Let's go back with your history. Born in, I don't know, you tell me.
Springfield, Greene County, at
Springfield.
the old Burge Hospital. Was it that? Barnes Hospital.
Barnes is in St. Louis.
St. Louis.
Oh, is it? Well, it was Burge. That's
Burge.
Cox over by Drury.
Yes.
Now,
I think
and
you're
what
right.
high school did you go to?
Kickapoo.
That's where Jan went.
Yeah,
We know
went to
each
school
other.
together.
You and Janet and Brad Pitt.
Yeah, that's true.
Brad and I were just like this.
Yeah, same here.
You guys
Brad
didn't
and
hang
I-
out and rock out together?
No, actually, he was in a couple of plays. He wasn't. He didn't go for any big leads or anything, but he was like.
He was
in the
student
chorus.
council.
He
and
was extremely popular. He was really nice.
Yeah.
He was a really good guy.
His whole family was really nice.
journalism,
Yeah, his brother's super
student
cool.
council. That was kind
Yeah.
of his.
Yeah.
Debate, speech and debate. Yeah,
You know,
that's his
if-
big thing.
If I were Doug, I mean, if my brother were Brad Pitt, I'd be living the life. But Doug
In
has
LA.
kept his feet
Doug's
on
living the
ground.
life.
Doug is living life. He's a
Man.
great dude. I cross paths with him all the time, man.
His
Yeah, but I mean-
his charity, Care to
You
Learn.
know, kind of like
Amazing.
how John Belushi's brother
Jim.
Jim.
Yeah.
He took, John Belushi got so famous that Jim went in on his coattails. Yeah. Anyway, so
He's not a bad actor. I like
Yeah, I
him.
do too.
Who, Jim? Yeah, he's good.
And
I'm
the
an
singer,
only-
too.
I'm
Got
an
a
only-
band,
And
too,
Brad's
doesn't he?
getting better.
I'm an only child.
Brad's got some potential. He should stick with it.
Let's
got a future.
face it, it's the face.
He may make it.
You know, whenever him and Kurt Zabel, remember Kurt?
Loved
When they
Kurt,
would show
yes.
up at a party,
Oh,
all the guys would just bow their heads.
Oh,
'Cause
I'm
we knew that
sure.
the girls weren't going to talk to us
Nobody
for the
stood
rest
a
of the
chance.
night.
Nobody stood a chance.
Kurt Zabel was beautiful.
He was better looking than Brad.
I-
and I say that in a manly way.
He's yes, he was beautiful.
Worse yet, what happened?
He passed
ended-
away.
It was really tragic.
So you went to,
Too beautiful.
I'm interested in your music education. Did you
okay.
teach music?
I did. I was a band and choir director for 14 years.
Now, were you a music major in college?
I was. I
Well,
was on the
always give-
25-year plan.
I always give people this test to make sure they're not lying to me.
Okay.
Define for me an irregular resolution of a secondary dominant.
Of a secondary dominant, well, you're not resolving back to the 1. So you're ending up probably on the 6 of a 2, which is outside of the path.
Jay,
I don't know.
Like, are you guys?
But
in,
I would
I don't
call
know.
it
I
a
don't know.
Neapolitan 6.
Are you guys in a cult?
what the heck are they talking about?
Neapolitan 6.
A
Is this
Neapolitan
math?
6.
If this is math,
Can you
I'm-
differentiate
I'm
an
just throwing words
échappé
out
from
there.
a cambiata?
Say that again. What? What did you call me?
Échappé, cambiata.
Some nerd speak.
I know what a Sharpei is. I got bit
that's a
by
dog,
one.
yeah.
I got bit by one once.
Cambiata. Yeah, you've got me.
Yeah, they're grace notes right above the. You see a little bitty tiny note.
Ornamentation. Yeah.
And one of them's up and the other one's down.
So it's an inflection. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sort of like
Wow.
In rock and roll, we don't use those fancy words, man.
They don't
But I went
practice.
to jury. And I finished up at Lincoln University in Jefferson City
Fantastic.
when I was
Nice.
in my 30s.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations. What an interesting career you have, because you did go to Nashville, you did go to L.A., you did dabble in reggae.
I did. I love reggae.
Yes, and you dabbled in rock and roll.
I'm still dabbling in rock and roll.
Yeah,
So.
good. So am I. And, of course, before I go too much further here, I want to know, did you ever hook up with Cy Simon?
You know, I only met Cy through Randall.
Randall Chowning.
Yes. And that was it. I was too young for that, and I was the kid that everybody gave a hard time that couldn't play his instrument.
Because they gave you a hard time because why?
He said because he couldn't play.
You couldn't play an instrument?
Well, but you know what? They made me mad, and I learned how to play that instrument a lot better.
Oh, yeah. And you
so
could
DC
play.
and Tom, yeah.
Well, now,
worked.
Cy
Nice.
wouldn't care about age, I don't think.
No, I just never really. I just met him in passing, hanging out with Randall.
Yeah.
So
Well, you should have pitched him some songs.
I should have. I really should have.
He would have been hard on you for lyrics, but he would have loved. I tell you what, your arrangements are superb.
Thank you.
Superb. I want to know. I want to know about those. Who does those?
The arranger, that's me. That's me.
Wow.
I'm
Just-
more of that than I am a lyricist, as you duly pointed out.
And
but that's
I would
funny
like to
that you
work with
noticed that.
Yeah, right. He slid it into
I
softly
know
too.
it.
And we talked about this last week. I say, and by the way, I've taken up your challenge to write the music first.
Yes.
I'm working on one now. But I am a lyricist, and I take it so seriously. I work 6 months on my lyrics. Mm-hmm. And I thought, if I ever get to meet Ray Cardwell again, if I run into him again, I'm gonna work with him. I'm gonna pitch him some lyrics.
Give me some lyrics. I would love that because I think of grooves all the time and hooks. I mean,
Yes.
That's my thing. I'm
That's
really
yes.
into
Look at
hooks.
this.
And
Look
man,
at
I
this.
just before I forget about this, those high notes you hit on Hurricane Rain.
Thanks, man.
Wow! Oh, I said, man, I wish I could do that. That was beautiful.
He has
Thank
a
you.
4-octave voice. Is that correct?
Yeah. I can sing really, really low. I didn't figure out I could sing high until I was in my early 20s. And then it just went,
Well, go for it. Rock and roll likes high singers.
yeah.
Ask
well,
the
that's,
Bee Gees.
that's what I do now, singing tenor to Dave Mason. So
Dave
Yeah,
Mason.
that's right. Yeah. What was
What
he?
was his
There
big-
ain't no good times.
yeah.
There ain't
No
no.
bad guy.
There's only me and you.
You and me, yeah.
You.
And he wrote Feeling All Right, one of the top rock and roll songs of all time. When
That
he
was one of my showpieces.
He
he
wrote
was
that?
19.
Think I've got to have
chords.
a change of scene.
Well, Joe Cocker really kicked it in the tail.
Made it.
Yeah. I did not
Yeah.
realize that he wrote that. I
Yeah,
love
that's
that
on
song.
the first Traffic album. Wow. Yeah.
Love it. Love
But
it.
Dave's great. Dave is fantastic. I've been with him 3 years, and
Where does he live?
he lives in Reno and Maui. So he
Reno
just,
and Maui.
just shout out to him. He just had heart valve surgery, so we're going to go out the end of February and beginning of March. Oh, Lord willing, So,
yes, I understand.
So he's
you're gonna go. So you'll be traveling with him on the road.
yeah. I just finished 3 years with him, so and the band is just full of ringers. I mean, I could go into detail if you want to hear about the guys in the band.
Well, heck yeah.
Yes.
Okay, well, Johnny Sambatero started out with Andy Gibb.
Very
How about
good.
that?
Yeah.
And he worked with, is it Criteria Studios in
I think
in
so.
Miami? That was real famous in the 70s.
Yeah,
and
maybe so. I was down there in the 70s.
that's who he worked with.
I was down there for the rise of KC.
Ah.
He lived down there. Been over to his house, KC and the Sunshine.
Oh, cool.
And then right after I left, Gloria Gaynor came along.
Was it a
but
party at Casey's house?
Criteria? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a P. Diddy party? Or
He
like
had
a...
parrots
Yeah,
flying
it's-
around loose in the house.
Yeah, Criteria Studios.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
Who
what,
else?
and he recorded with Stills. He recorded with Dave there. He sang tenor on Rock and Roll Heart with Eric Clapton,
No kidding.
and then he was the second lead singer for Firefall. Remember Firefall?
Sure.
There's a strange way of saying you love me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who's that?
And,
you are the woman.
That's
that
him.
I've-
That's them.
Always
Yeah.
dreamed
That's
of.
Firefall.
Yep.
And then he toured with Dion for 10 years, and then he's been with Dave ever
Dion
since.
DiMucci, the Dion. or-
Yep, The Wanderer.
Man, that guy.
He's had a great career. And
What a guy.
and then Mark Stein from Vanilla Fudge plays keyboards with us and sings.
Oh my
You're with
goodness.
a great man. That
And then,
doesn't inspire you.
It's great. And Mark Stein can still sing. Oh my gosh, he's 77, and he keeps me on my toes because he will kick my butt. and it's great because I want to be pushed. You know,
It amazes me how some of these guys. I heard Johnny Mathis. Have you seen him lately?
I have not.
White hair,
Really?
long white hair.
And?
He sang.
chances are.
No, he sang.
He had a Christmas album, right?
I forgot
But
what
was
he
he
sang.
good?
He was amazing.
Oh, that's
Better
awesome.
than
I
ever.
love it. I
And
love
he,
to hear
he
that.
ended up. I wish I could remember the song. And he said, it could be you. And he looked at somebody and he said, you.
Working the
But
crowd.
You.
I like his style. This is my style now.
Yeah.
I looked straight at Jay when you said that because I've seen him do that.
Yeah,
Were there any
Work
dollar
it.
bills that went into his mouth?
he was amazing. And he's got to be 80 something. I mean,
Yeah.
Like, who else did that? As what's his name? Tony Bennett
Yeah.
sang till he was like 100.
Tony got better.
No.
It was crazy. Yeah, but I mean, he's fantastic. Mark is just unreal, and he still has his voice, and Dave does too. Dave sings fantastic.
You know what I tell people?
What's
I
that?
said, if you've ever planned to sing in the future, you better start singing now. Every day.
Yeah, if you don't use it, you lose
It's like
it.
any other sport.
Yeah.
You got to work out
You
at
do.
it.
Yeah. Yep. Well, and one other person I want to mention is the drummer. And do you remember when Bruce Willis had a solo album in the 80s?
I do.
And it was Bruno and the Heaters.
I don't remember
Marty
that, but I
Farrell
remember.
was the drummer for the Heaters. So he was in Hollywood the same time I was, which is
You
really
got
weird.
you talk about ringers.
Yeah, well, and he played with Joe Walsh for 15 years.
Jeez.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just, I just sit there and I
Ray.
go, how did I get here?
Thank you, Lord.
Yeah, absolutely.
What a
Wow.
blessing.
Yeah. Good thing I
Wow.
didn't quit.
Yeah. When those
Well,
guys
there-
told you
there's
you weren't
a-
good, good
Yeah,
thing
would
you
you
didn't
There's
quit.
a lesson
There is
here.
a lesson
for,
to be learned.
For real, yeah.
That's amazing.
Look at you
but
now.
you call Springfield your home.
I live in Jefferson City.
Yeah, Jefferson City.
Yeah, I followed my former wife. I met her at Drury, and I followed her back up to Jefferson City, and we lived in Nashville a couple times, and just decided that
Her name
Jeff City was a good place to raise
name
kids.
isn't Eva, is it?
No, it was Leanne Warden.
Who's Eva?
Leanne Warden.
Who's Eva?
No, you don't need to know about Eva.
What?
Those Drury girls.
Don't you about her?
Huh. Eva.
Those Drury girls. Well, can you believe this? This girl here has
I know
a
it.
21-year-old daughter.
Wow,
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Just got engaged.
wow.
Okay, so let's
Thank
talk about
you.
your future. When
Okay.
when are you going back on the road?
Right now I am off the road because Dave just had surgery.
Yeah,
But I've finished up 3 years with Dave Mason, and we're going back out, Lord willing. You know.
He likes you.
Oh
still.
yeah.
You don't cause any problems.
No, it's 80% of the job is the hang. You got to be able to play and have the chops, but if you can't get along with people and be in a bus with them for
That's
16 hours,
killed a lot of good bands.
it has. Yeah, I mean, so you just got to be chill.
I
you
can't
know?
imagine someone not getting along with you, though. For
Well-
real.
Sober Ray is good Ray,
Oh, all right.
and Ray's been sober for a while.
Oh, that's nice.
Does Ray have an
you. Good
occasional
for you.
glass of wine?
And no, not anymore.
Nothing.
Wow.
Nope. Ray doesn't do anything. I've drank enough.
Does Ray do any of the legal?
Why
Never
why is he looking at Jay?
Legal. I mean, it
He's
doesn't
looking-
matter if you
Doesn't
like-
matter.
Yeah.
Can we cut to a commercial?
I do gummies.
We'll be right back after this.
No,
Okay. Okay.
no.
Tell us.
What?
No.
I'm on gummies right now.
It is legal. It's
I
not like
told
the
my
80s.
wife about
Yeah.
those gummies.
Mr. Lindsay, be
Oh,
out in
yeah,
the
they're
parking lot.
helping.
People that put
Kick through
smoke
watching
in their
for you.
lungs, I can't understand
Yeah.
that.
It's
Me either. Yeah, it's the worst thing for your vocal cords ever.
Yeah.
look at
My poor
Whitney.
wife, she's like, I don't feel
Yeah.
too good
Yeah.
today.
And
Are you
gummies
still
and
putting
gummies
s-
are a different vibe too.
Yeah,
More
but
hallucinogenic-ish.
I just go to sleep. That's what I
Now,
take them for.
Janet, did you tell me that Ray had an album coming out soon?
I told you that he signed with Americana Vibes.
Americana Vibe.
yeah.
No, Ray, do you have your own publishing company?
I
or-
do, yeah.
You do?
Rack Mac Music is what
Wait a
it's
minute, I'm
called.
gonna write that
Rack
down.
Mac.
'cause I
Rack
might-
Mac, it's my initials and my dad's. So,
So,
yeah.
Rack.
Because my dad was a
R-A-C-K?
local musician here. So, Rack Mac. RACMAC.
RACMAC.
Rack. Like a Big Mac. Rack Mac.
And your dad's gone now?
Yes, he is. He passed away of cancer age 59.
Don't
Can
you
believe
hate that?
Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
My mom did too,
Yeah.
59.
I'm sorry.
dream of my dad every
sorry.
My
night.
dad did too, 34.
Really?
I just had
Wow.
I had blood work done 2 days ago, and I was so nervous because I'm 50. Am I 58 or 57?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I thought you
But
were
I'm right.
25.
I don't know. Where did you work when you were 13? I'll figure it out.
Jay. I know how old you are. I do. But
Yeah,
no,
she
but
messaged me the other day. She figured it out how old you are.
Yeah.
Yep.
But no, but if you have a parent that passed away and you get to be close to that age, I was freaking out. I was worried.
Oh, yeah. I get.
Turns
the,
out
I
everything
get all the
was fine.
checkouts. So.
Yeah, good for you.
Because I've lost so many in my family.
Same here.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry.
But my dad, my family had a local bluegrass band, the Cardwell family, and we played at Branson at Jesse James Confusion Hill. Do you remember that place?
I do. I
And
do remember.
yeah,
that
and you
place.
could go back in and grab marble out of the back of the mine and stuff.
Wow.
But they had a fort that was set up outside, and my dad would do. Him and the Ozark Country Boys would do 3 shows a week. It was 75 cents.
What?
And a guy offered to do to build him a theater, and he said, "The market's saturated." In 1969,
Oh,
so
my.
there was the Plumbers were there, the Presleys were there, the Ball Knobbers were there.
This is in
Sons of the
69?
Pioneers.
Well, I
Yeah.
wouldn't have remembered that. I was thinking of the Jesse James Motel.
Well, it was still there, yeah, and the big
Okay.
horse that stood out front that everybody
Yes.
liked to
Market
paint.
is saturated.
Yes.
Yeah, well, there was 7 shows there then, So,
Oh, my God.
and we were so mad, but we went to Silverdar City and we performed there for a couple years, and
Performed there a couple
yeah,
times.
yeah.
I played clarinet there.
Did you really?
Yeah, in a German brass band. We played
the
for
River Rats?
for
Were
the
you with-
cakewalk. We played in the
Pavilion.
Is it pavilion?
Were you playing with
Hollow.
Were you playing with
Didn't they have,
DA
like, a
Calloway?
gazebo?
No,
And the
no.
River
I was
Rats?
playing with
Oh,
some
okay.
School of the Ozarks people.
Yeah.
We had a tuba and a trombone and clarinet and bass drum and
So you went to School of the Ozarks?
yeah.
So did my great great grandfather.
I knew. I went to school with him.
I know how old you are because last podcast you said I was probably 13 years old when I was working at the fair and I met the Beverly Hillbillies. So I
No,
looked up.
You went through the numbers.
I did.
Messaging me in the
when
middle of the
that
night.
show was on, and I thought, well, if he's 13, that puts you.
The bit was, who's the first star?
I heard it. I listened.
See, he listens. See,
He
Told you
listens.
And I
He
worked
doesn't.
at a
Woody doesn't
rodeo.
Because you had a thing for Ellie Mae.
Yes, he did.
Well, she lived in Eureka Springs.
Did she really? I
What?
love Eureka Springs. Oh my gosh,
I've
it's
never
one
been.
of my
I need to
favorite
go. I
places
need
in
to
the
go.
world.
You'd
need
love
to go.
you could play there. Anybody can play there.
Jay, you'd love
Well, they kind of prefer,
Yeah.
it. No, they don't.
acoustic.
They have.
Oh,
But
they
I
have
mean,
jam bands and
everything.
you
stuff,
play
yeah.
outside. Yeah, they have everything.
Yeah.
I heard there's ghosts.
And
There
and,
is ghosts
at the hotel.
You
right?
and Jordan would love it.
All right.
You would love it.
Yeah,
we could-
it's a great.
We could
place.
all go.
Let's do it. Take the show on the road.
Yeah.
There's a lot I'd like to do with this show that we're missing out on.
What?
live remotes.
Ray, it is such
Oh,
a
I'm done
privilege
with
to
those.
have you here.
Oh well, thanks for it. Like I said, man, I remember listening to you on KICK and KGBX.
Yeah,
Yep.
You played a lot of Huey Lewis.
When you were on when you were at KICK, I was like, what, 3? Wow. Two or three, I think.
I was young. Didn't you used to do live remotes from the haunted houses out there?
yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
the haunted
Well,
houses were great
around
back
Halloween.
Yes. We
We
did
did.
remotes everywhere. That's when people had them.
The
Yeah.
stupidest
Car lots.
remote we ever did.
What?
It was
The furniture store?
no.
Oh, I hated that.
That was
I
bad.
hated
That was bad. But it was
I just laid
a
on the
car
bed.
dealership
Oh,
doing a morning show at a
Yes.
car dealership.
Yes.
Yeah, but it was
And
with
the guys
Tony.
thinking,
We loved
why,
him.
why aren't people pulling in
Yep.
buying a car?
Yep.
You know, you guys are so famous.
Yep.
They're on their way to work. They're not going to pull in and buy a car.
5 o'clock would be the more opportune time. For that. I mean,
Anytime but a morning show.
I did one of those in New Orleans, like 10 a.m.
Did you?
After being up all night, partying all night. I got to go to remote, guys. You know, it's at a car dealership.
Car dealership.
Yeah. 10
Did
in
they
the
give away
morning.
hot dogs? Because
I
that's
don't
what they.
know. I barely made it through the day, I'm sure.
Oh my!
I don't know. So on the road with
Dave Mason.
Lord willing, sometime early 25. Or,
Yeah.
And when does your album come out, or is it out?
My album, my first single was released on the 1st of November.
That
It's
Hurricane
called
Rain?
No, it's called Missouri Breeze.
Nice.
And I you know, if you like, well, Hurricane Rain didn't have a modulation in it, but I like to have modulations.
I do
in my
too.
songs.
Nick Sibley says the greats don't need them. And I go, well, yeah, what about the Beatles? What about Penny Lane?
Bon Jovi.
Yeah, no doubt.
By modulation, you mean go up a key.
Key change, yeah. Well, and you do it on the last bridge or something.
Yeah.
It really makes it pop.
Living
And
on a
it
Prayer.
lives.
I think Living on a Prayer has the biggest
It
one
does,
in recorded
man.
history, right? It's a big
I think so too.
big
By the
leap.
way, did you ever get to work with Nick Sibley?
You know, I've known Nick forever. I mean, for a long time. And I'm really good friends with Tina. Because Tina was the orchestra director at Kickapoo, and I actually taught at Kickapoo for just a little bit.
Did you really?
Their son.
Captain. I've known Captain since he was 3 or 4.
Yeah, me too. I got pictures of him crawling around.
The studio there.
He had a studio up in his. He had a mansion, and he had a studio.
mansion.
Up in the attic, yeah.
Yeah.
I've done
And
jingles
Captain
up there.
was crawling around, guitars and stuff, and getting so close to the stairway, and I thought he was going to fall down. He goes, "Nah, he'll be all right." He was crawling under the, and now this guy's playing every night somewhere.
Yeah.
That's
He
awesome.
played like a bass at a jazz band in Kansas City last week. The next night he played cello with somebody, and the next night after that he played with somebody else. And pretty soon he's going to be performing at Mar-a-Lago.
Wow. Yeah,
He
he
is?
plays with Lee. Yeah.
He is going.
Have you
He
ever
played at
heard his
Mar-a-Lago?
version of Canada? I'm proud to be a Canadian.
No.
It's the
Lee?
same.
Oh
He
my
changed the
gosh.
words and he sold it on the Canadian market.
I wish I'd written that
Wow,
one.
really?
Wow.
That's genius.
I
Well,
wish I'd
did
written
he not
that
make
song.
enough money off
Yeah.
of that song? 'Cause,
He's
man, in the
still
early
raking-
90s.
Still
He could
raking
go
it.
around
Yeah.
the world proud to be Pakistani.
Yeah.
he could market it
But
everywhere.
at least I'm not so
he could make a few
free.
million in every country, man.
And I'm proud.
Well,
Fight
at least
the
the
Taliban.
bread is. Yeah. Well,
And
I
smoke
first
some
saw
hash with
Lee.
Oh,
Lee.
what?
Yeah, that's why. He could
I
do
first saw
It's a
Lee
gift.
Greenwood play at the Townhouse. Do you guys remember the
The
Townhouse?
Clown House, yeah.
The Clown House?
I
Oh,
don't
the
remember
lefties
I
played
do
The
there.
too.
lefties played it forever. I love those guys so
I
much.
did too, man.
Was
I
it
would
just
put cotton
me?
in my ears
Captain.
and sit right up by the on.
Was it
next to
just
the
me,
stage.
or was the ceiling really low in that place?
It was squat and spread out.
That's what I thought. I remember being in there thinking,
But Ray's playing New Year's Eve here.
I am playing a fun reunion gig, and I've never played. I played with Chris Kaufman before, but Brian
Hi.
Kaufman from Fool's Face is playing guitar, and Chris Kaufman from The Mistakes and the Big Beat Club is playing drums, and I'm playing bass, and we're doing all power pop from the late 70s and early 80s, and we're playing at Lindbergh's, and it's going to be a blast. We're called C Cubed, so it's C3. It's like Kaufman and Kaufman Cardwell.
Nice.
nice.
Yeah.
Oh man, we should go.
You
I don't have
should.
plans. I have. No
I
New
know.
Year's Eve. I haven't.
All I know
Done
is
the
I
New
don't
Year's
know how
Eve
to
thing
play
in a
that
long-
fast when I was a kid.
I didn't
oh my
reckon-
gosh.
I didn't
What's the
recognize
hours you're playing?
We're playing from 10:45 to 12:10.
Well, that's kind of. In the morning.
Yeah, we're the last band. We're the headliner
Well, it's
for
New
New
Year's
Years.
Eve. Woody, we can
Yeah, I
do it.
usually play like 7 to 9. You know?
He's doing
We can do
late
it.
to
We can
midnight.
do
That's
it.
when
That's
the New
awful
Year's
late,
happens. Is-
How's it?
When I had to go to when I was a little kid and I had to go to bed at 9 o'clock, I said, "I'll be glad when I'm an adult and I can go to bed when I want to." And it turns out
That's 7 o'clock.
7 or 8, yeah. Yeah.
Do you
No.
go to bed at 7?
No, I go to bed about 8:30 on weeknights.
Nuh-uh.
And then weekends 2, 3 in the morning.
why not?
I'm at the gym.
I
every
don't
morning.
recognize the guitar. What's the R on the guitar?
Oh, it's a rushing guitar. That's very observatory of you. It's an endorsement. they made basses for me when I was playing with a band called New Tradition in the 90s. It was my first record deal, and I lived in Nashville. And we played on the Opry and stuff, and played with Allison Krauss and Ricky a bunch. But they are out of Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and they made basses for me. And then when they heard I was doing solo shows on guitar, they made a guitar for me too.
Wow, that's cool.
So the R could stand for Ray.
It could, yeah,
That
but it's
is
rushing.
So cool.
But
Yeah.
I thought, nah, he wouldn't do that. He wouldn't put an R on there for.
Ray.
Gene Autry would do that, or Roy Rogers,
Or Hank Snow. Hank Snow had the big Hank Snow.
I'm going to start
on his,
putting a J right here.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Well, Janet said I owe her two because I didn't
That's
give her
two
one last
things
week.
forever
You
scarred
did.
in my mind now.
Everybody gets
I
to
got a
see that.
good look that
Did
time.
you
She
see
said last week I didn't do it once, so I have to
you see
do
what
two
they
short
did?
lists this show.
My whole week was weird
I really
too.
didn't dwell. No.
Come on,
What is this number two? What do you want?
Hawaiian
That's where
Islands.
they,
Oh, cool. Cool. Is that where you're from?
Yeah.
Because Dave lives there part of the time, and
Yeah, the big island.
Marty, our drummer, lives in
A lot of guys
Maui
do.
as
Sammy
well.
Hagar's out there a lot, and Mick Fleetwood's on Maui a lot.
Absolutely, yeah. Him and Dave are tight.
Yeah, I would figure that, because it's small islands. So.
what's going on
Yeah.
with your skin's like velvet? It looks like
My skin is?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
I was like, did you not notice that?
You should take.
You can shave that, you know.
You took better care of your skin. It wouldn't be.
My skin's fine. I got dog bites on me. That's from my dog. I'm not joking.
Yeah.
But
Hey,
no,
this-
his skin
this
looks like.
cold air should make her very frisky.
Oh.
Oh, rethink.
Oh, you've noticed.
I've
Okay,
noticed.
I've only written one song that I intentionally, because to me, at one point, I thought this bluegrass music sounds all the same.
lot of-
But
But mine is not like that.
The what?
My bluegrass music is not like that.
I know.
Yeah. I'm kind of rocky grass or grungy grass. Actually, some of my this
like
new
that.
stuff.
Grungy grass. That's good.
But with
is good
Americana vibes, they are more jam grass, and it's a label that is owned by the infamous String Dusters, and they have won a couple of Grammys for Best Bluegrass Album a couple of times, and they're just fantastic. And what they did, they took the Deadhead crowd. And I've seen her at Jamgrass festivals
Yes,
a
you
couple of
have.
times. You love it.
I love
You
it.
and Jimmy out there, but
I
yeah,
love it.
it's a lot of fun. Long solos, big light shows. Light shows are a big thing, but the music is great, and there's nothing to hide behind. There's no effects. There's no processing. It's you get out there and let it go. And the people, especially at Hillberry, out at the farm in Eureka
Yes.
Springs,
Amazing.
Who ever thought that there would be a huge concert venue in the middle of nowhere?
Exactly.
And it's
exactly.
fantastic.
It's
I love it.
And it's just one band after another.
Yeah.
And
they've got 2 stages or 3.
there's one on the hill by the Garcia Memorial thing.
Right,
and
yeah, it's
then-
the big Deadhead. I mean, and those
it's
guys
fantastic.
like the String Dusters, they sell out Red Rocks. I mean, they just do amazing things.
That's on my bucket list.
Me too.
You haven't been?
I have not. I haven't. Well, I want to play
You
that.
need to play.
I would figure
Play.
you'd play there.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, I would think it's. Hopefully, it's
Tell
coming.
Dave, book it.
But yeah, well,
Book it.
yeah, we'd like to get in there. But we just did. Well, with Dave, I'm trying to give equal time. But Dave, we just toured about 15 shows with the Beach Boys this year, and it was fantastic.
Yeah.
Those are the nicest guys.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
nice guys.
Yeah, I got to.
Mike Love is so cool. He's
Yep.
83.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
Johnston that came in took Glenn Campbell's spot.
Brian didn't come along, did he?
No.
Yeah.
No. But the guy that from Vegas, his name is Brian also. He had to audition in front of Mike and Brian, and he sounds just like Brian.
Wow.
I mean,
Yeah.
he nails it.
Yeah.
He a phenomenal singer. I mean, because let's face it, it's a boys' choir.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah.
The Beach Boys is a boys' choir. If you can't sing, you ain't getting the gig.
Yeah.
You know, because they got to have those layered vocals and stuff.
You know, you hear them sing individually, and I'm going, yeah, they're okay. You hear them sing together, and it's like,
And
these
it's like,
guys
wow.
are amazing.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah. Well, you know what's Johnston? What is? Can't remember his first name. He has written a ton of songs, and you know who he started out with? You will never guess. We lost him the day the music died.
Oh, no, it's either Richie Valens,
That's
Big
it.
Bopper,
Richie Valens. He played with Richie Valens
down.
and La Bamba.
Ba-da-da-da-da-bamba.
And
That
get
was-
this.
That was the flip
he
side.
still writes all the time, and he co-wrote a song with The Weeknd That was a hit last year.
Oh, dude.
And I was like,
hip.
man, I want to be you.
Yeah.
No.
And he's like 81, and he had a 33-year-old girlfriend. And then it was just
Yeah, that's
I
my
was
guy.
That's why I
His
stick with
girlfriend's
rock
young.
music.
We've talked
You've
about
talked
it.
about that?
well,
Yeah.
she's 46, and I'm 61. So
That's
so
younger.
we're 15 years. Yeah, but she's a sweetheart. And
She is. I got to meet her.
She left
Very
the vineyard for me. She lives in Jefferson City now. So isn't that talk about a
she
culture
get to,
shock?
Will she get to go on the road with you?
Yeah, she comes out with us sometimes. But yeah,
Fantastic.
she's a private chef, so she does her own thing and
Nice.
Will she be cooking for a
Ah,
She
that's
guy?
cooks for a frat
What advice do you have
at
for
Mizzou.
no way. Wow.
And they have like 2 or 3 chefs on staff.
For all them youngsters
crazy?
listening out right now and you want to get into the music business, become a millionaire like Ray here.
Yeah.
Yes.
What?
Wait. I missed that.
I'm gonna get his
Well,
autograph
soon.
now because I think he's gonna win a Grammy.
Hey, so man, that'd be great.
I do.
Thank
That'd be
you.
great.
I
I
do.
got my I just wanted to pitch this to you right now.
Oh, okay.
My only bluegrass song,
Okay.
Birch Tree.
Birch Tree. Okay.
You ever heard of Birch Tree?
No.
It's a town.
Birch Tree, Missouri?
Yeah.
I have heard of it, actually, yeah.
I haven't.
Is it down by Branson?
No, yes.
Is it in Booker County?
That's around
No,
Ava.
Is it?
no,
I don't know.
no. You're thinking of Ava.
Oh.
I don't know what kind. See where Birch Tree, Missouri is, would you? But anyway,
Let's see what the robot.
So you wrote lyrics to it?
got the lyrics.
I am
got the-
always looking for lyrics.
got the
Woody. We
music.
should, I would gladly look
Well,
at
I
your
spend
lyrics.
a lot of time. I mean, I take the lyrics too seriously. They wake me up at night, and they go, "That'll work. That'll work. That'll work." And album titles. I'm putting out an album. I don't think it's going to make it by Christmas, but I think the title is going to be, and I had a million titles. It's going to be.
Is this a world premiere right now?
No, I'm going to announce the title. So
That's what I mean.
Oh,
World,
yeah,
is this
yeah,
the
yeah.
world premiere of the title?
Right here.
awkward. That's the first word.
Okay, perfect.
This whole thing is awkward
Yeah.
that you're doing, is it?
Awkward.
Birch Tree, Missouri is east of Mountain View.
Okay,
off
so
the
it's around the
60.
Eminence area.
And it says population was 541 people.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And,
541.
Yes.
There's the one they
and my
called him.
girlfriend Vicky is one of them.
What?
She from Birch Tree?
That's Vicky.
Yeah.
Was
Who's
number
Vicky?
41.
Wow.
Who's Vicky? Who's
Nitch.
Eva? Who's
you know
Vicky?
Nitch.
You know,
I can't tell you things because you spread them around on
No,
Facebook.
that's you.
that's close to Doyle, Missouri. Do you know where Doyle, Missouri is? There's a very famous person from there.
Ooh.
From where?
Doyle, Missouri. He moved to Memphis when he was 8.
Johnny Rivers.
Nope. And his dad moved to Springfield and retired as a school teacher, but he is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Ooh. we should know
should
that.
And I
There's
had a
another
band
hint,
that
another hint.
imitated him back in high school. Do you remember my band? That,
Jerry Lee Lewis.
Nope.
What was your band in high school? I
Can
just
you give us a hint?
He
he
but the
did. He
band in
gave
high
like
school.
5. We
yeah,
still
Well, I could tell you what label he worked with, but then you would
That
know.
was-
Tell
And
me
he
what-
worked with my favorite bass player, who's
Who
named
is?
a nickname from a Disney character.
Jay,
Dopey.
help me.
Goofy,
Nope.
Mickey.
Pluto.
Donald Duck Dunn.
Oh.
Donald.
Duck Dunn.
He's huge.
Steve Cropper was born in
Oh,
Doyle,
Steve Cropper.
Missouri.
There you go.
I had no
I got to
idea.
record
Didn't he play with
him.
the Blues Brothers?
He absolutely did. And Booker T and the MGs.
Oh.
Green Onions.
Green
That's him.
How
That
hard
was
was
our-
that to do?
He was
like
Stax
number one.
Records house musician.
Green Onions was our
But he
intro
was the
for a while.
nicest, sweetest
For our
Oh, the
guy.
documentary about that, Stax Records. Great
Yeah.
documentary.
I got to record with him and Joe Bonamassa.
Oh, wow.
So
Jeez.
it was a lot of
Bonamassa.
fun.
Ray.
Hanging out with this Dave Mason guy. It
Living
works.
the life.
You are.
It's-
You're huge.
And it was an
You're big
RCA
time.
Studio B in
And,
Nashville.
and let me ask you this: how is your peace of mind?
I'm hungry. I'm not even. I've not hit my stride.
Wow.
I like it.
I love
you
it.
know, I'm hungry. I want it.
I
you
understand.
know, and I can't quit.
No one gets out alive.
Yeah.
I understand. I understand.
But you know, there's a lot of things. You know, a lot of my baskets are in this Americana Vibes record, and And I've got some great guys playing on it. The fiddle player from the infamous String Dusters, Jeremy Garrett, he and I co-wrote the record together.
Wow.
And then he played fiddle, mandolin, and guitar on it. And my good buddy who got me the gig with Dave Mason, that would be John Cowan, who has been playing bass and singing with the Doobie Brothers for 25 years now. He sings 4 songs with me on it. And he's my big brother. He has done so many amazing, wonderful things for my life that I can never pay him back. He said Leon Russell gave him the step up, and he called me up and he goes, "I'm going to give you a step up."
Wow, man.
He goes, "You're going to get a call from Maui."
And now it's your turn to do it for me.
Well, Woody, I would gladly look at lyrics. Man, I need lyrics.
So
my
where
lyrics
can people find your music before this whole thing wraps up? Make sure you.
By the way, you can Google you and hear 3 of your songs.
Well, there's about 15 videos with some labels I was with in the past. I had, I'm going to toot my own horn because nobody else would.
I would.
We will.
Okay.
I'll toot your horn.
So I had a good run from 2015 to 2019. I had 4 number ones on Americana, bluegrass, and folk charts. And I had 18 songs chart in the top 15.
Wow. Jeez,
man.
That's fantastic.
You're going to be at Red Rock.
Are you with ASCAP or BMI?
I'm on ASCAP.
I am. You don't like it?
Well, a lot of people say you should be on BMI, but ASCAP is fine.
I love ASCAP.
But I make all my money from Sound Exchange, from Sirius Radio Play.
You know, I meant to bring that up, too. Some friends of mine just put out an album, and I went to get it, and I thought it would be a CD. I could listen to it in my car. They're going vinyl.
Yeah, vinyl's big.
Back,
So I had to-
baby, it's back.
I
had
love
to
it.
go.
It's so warm. You know, CD sounds sterile.
I had to go
They do.
and buy a new record player, and I still haven't heard it yet. I got to go see him. It's I don't know if you heard of Cantrell Barnes, the Printers, but those 2 brothers, the Cantrell brothers, they call themselves. They named their band the Yellow Velvet Milk Club, and I haven't heard it yet, but I meant to.
He has the album, but he hasn't heard it.
I got the album. Yeah.
But you can find my record on any of your platforms that you want. They're very
I wanted to
well
ask you about that.
established.
Do you? How do you get paid from streaming? And
Very little, Woody.
It can't be as much
It's
as
like
selling
1/1000th
CDs.
of a
it's
cent
not.
for each spin, each stream. It's very the way we make money now is if you can get in the top 10 of like bluegrass or Americana charts, and you're getting played steadily on Sirius Radio, you're going to make money.
Who keeps
nice.
track of that? Paul
It's
Williams.
called Sound Exchange. It's the company, and they know everywhere you've been played, from satellite radio, from hotel lobby, hotels,
Wow.
department stores. I get paid from all that, but that's where I get paid more than the merch table.
They can track all of that?
Yeah, because you have a digital code.
Wow.
See, but you can't make near as much money.
No, it's a different business now.
Yeah.
I mean, if you used to sell
Play
so
'em
many
live.
units of
Play 'em
CDs
live.
or
And
records,
see, that's what used to happen with Tennessee Moon, my first record. That song only made it to number 3, but I have sold the most records off of that, 85,000. Okay, so for bluegrass, I'm proud of that.
Yeah.
But it didn't make it to number 1, which is kind of weird. But if I would have sold 85,000 CDs instead of singles,
Yes.
I'd be living in Cy Simon's old house. Because I grew up out there next to Lake Springfield. That's
Nice.
But so the name of the album is called The Singing Tree.
the singing tree,
Singing Tree. Yeah.
a singing ing. Okay.
And it is about. Have you ever been to Alley Springs in Eminence, Missouri, on the Jacks Fork River?
It sounds familiar, but I don't
There's
remember.
a big red mill there, and there's a huge sycamore. And my family band used to play there in the late 70s, and we would stand under that tree, and in the spring, it would keep the wind and the rain from hitting us, and during the summer, the wind would blow off the spring and keep us cool, and in the fall, it would protect us again, and we always called it the Singing Tree.
I
So the title
love
track is The
titles
Singing
with
Tree.
a meaning
That's
behind it.
amazing. That's
So it's
amazing.
about my family playing in the tree and how I miss it.
There you go.
By the way-
You need
Go
a
get it.
tattoo of that.
That-
I don't know if you do
You
tattoos,
know.
but you.
You
What?
have any tattoos?
I have 3. Yeah.
That would be cool. Though.
They're very small though,
a little tree.
because I still had to be Mr. Cardwell, because I was a band and choir
The name
teacher
of
for
my album, Jan, is
14
going to be
years.
Awkward Affairs.
Okay.
Awkward Affairs.
That's
Yeah,
Woody's, too,
and
when it comes out. you
Every
can
song
download
on
that,
it's
too.
about an awkward affair.
Oh boy, am
But
I.
We should probably wrap it up, guys.
Okay.
We got to
I
wrap it up.
told you I could talk.
Yeah, you did a great job.
Thank you so much,
We
Ray.
didn't
That's
need any
very,
help.
It's so
very
good to see you guys.
interesting.
And,
You too.
And Jay, we've known each
Yeah,
other for a
crossed
little
paths
while.
a few times. We will
and
cross
I've known
paths
her
some more.
since she was like 14.
That's true. That's
And
true.
I've listened to you since I
I've
was
known
14.
her since she was 2.
He's
That's-
known me since I was 2. He was mean to me, though. Ray was
That's what
nice.
she claims.
It's true. But
She'd come to a remote where I was broadcasting.
Tug on your shorts.
She'd say, I'd go, get away from me. Somebody get this kid away from
So-
me.
it happened.
Tony Loudis, right? Is that who
Yes.
shaped your...
No, Jack Tuckness.
Really?
Jack Tuckness.
Okay. Speech.
Speech and debate.
Yeah, okay.
Brad.
Well, I love
Bobby,
Mr. Loudis.
Bobby
so,
Macer.
yeah.
I loved Mr. Loudis.
Ray Cardwell, new album comes out.
The album comes
Single's out
out
now.
January 31st.
January
The single
31st.
is out now from Missouri Breeze. The next one, Little Birdie, is going to be out December 5th.
And then New Year's Eve at Lindbergh's.
Lindbergh's.
At
New
Lindbergh's
Year's
with
Eve.
Full
New Year's
Face
Eve
and
at
Mistakes
Lindbergh's.
alum. It's going
Count
to be a
me
blast.
in.
Ray,
Count
Bring your
me
skinny
in.
tie and pogo.
you-
I won't say that Machine Gun 70 is playing New Year's as well, but you go see right
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah, where are you going
Go
to be?
see right. That's
Okay.
all right. That's
Oh.
all right.
Do you know where you're going
I've
to
got
be?
my own crowd.
He does have his own crowd.
Southbound.
What?
Mine will be a bunch of drunk girls. So they're not going to.
What? Where's it gonna be if you already got it booked?
Southbound, New Year's Eve. Of course, we got it booked.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Southbound.
Even
okay.
next year's booked.
Ray, it's been an honor and a
Thanks,
pleasure.
Woody. I really enjoyed talking with you, and for once, and we had met a couple times in the past, but it was just
Oh,
formalities.
my memory ain't so good these days.
I was Opie when I was a kid. I had red hair and freckles.
man.
So
Oh, you were that little
Hey,
red
that was him.
flat.
That was him. Thank your sponsors, too.
Thank
Oh, yeah,
you
we'd
to
like to thank our
Kaleidoscope, Tom and Pam over
and
at
Pam.
Sunshine in Fremont. A fabulous store.
Yeah, it's a fantastic. I'm going to try to get our albums in there.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's a great
nice.
spot for it.
They only sell Ozark Mountain Daredevils albums.
I bet
they
they'll
won't
sell
take
yours.
anybody
They'll sell
else's.
yours. They'll sell yours.
But since they're our sponsor,
Yeah.
and since you're a friend of ours, I hope to get our albums.
Oh,
in. Are you going to
okay.
put? Will it be on vinyl or CD?
we're talking about it. CD definitely
expensive.
for sure. Yeah. Oh, I know. Well, that's the labels deal. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The suits handle it.
yeah.
All right, say goodbye. Thank you, Ray, so much for
Thank
being
you for
with
having
us.
me.
Cardwell,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, give it up.
Thank you very much. Thank
And
you.
we'll have another exciting show. Oh, I got surgery next Wednesday. I don't know if I'll be here.
I may have to have surgery on my trigger thumb.
Shut up! I'm talking
You
about
shut
me.
up. Mine
It's time to talk about me. not you.
No, my thumb.
No, who cares
How
about
am I
your thumb?
supposed to?
I'm having eye surgery.
Judy,
You can get along with
Eye
that without-
surgery.
That's right.
That's where your bone spur is.
Don't
Yes.
show your bone spur again.
Yes.
No, don't show that.
Thank you,
Let Jay.
Jay Stevens, rock star Jay Stevens. And ladies and gentlemen, all we got left to say is see ya.
This has been Around the Ozarks Rewind with Woody and Janet. If you have questions or topics for the show, email Woody and Janet at aroundtheozarks.com.